Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to give you a quick update on what's going on out here with CARES Act 2. If you remember, CARES Act 1 was approved on March 27, 2020, and that was for $2.2 trillion in order to help the American people, small businesses, large businesses, hospitals, local governments, obviously combat this pandemic that has put a dent in our financial system. Now that program has went over well. Most Americans either got or will be receiving a $1,200 stimulus check. Also, small businesses and large businesses have the Paycheck Protection Program and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan programs. So our government has stepped up and they're trying to do what it takes in order to keep our country going. Now, since this pandemic does not have an end in sight, we have to talk about CARES Act 2, and our government is talking about that as well. In prior videos, I've talked about a couple of CARES Act 2 bills that are proposals that are currently in the House of Representatives. One of them is the Automatic Boost to Communities Act, and then the second one is the Emergency Money for the People Act. Both of these proposed bills have a stimulus check for the American people attached to them. The Automatic Boost to Communities Act has a $2,000 stimulus check for all people living in the United States. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen. There are no age restrictions. There are no income restrictions. The Emergency Money for the People Act also has a $2,000 per month stimulus check attached to it for all Americans that are 16 years and older. Now, again, like I mentioned, both of these proposals are in the House of Representatives. They are Democratic-sponsored proposals, and we know that the Democrats control the House of Representatives. The question is, what do the Republicans think? See, the Republicans control the Senate. And when we have these types of bills that are being talked about, we have to get both sides of Congress to agree on them or to compromise. So we got to have the Democrats that control the House. We have to have the Republicans that control the Senate. They have to come together and agree on a new CARES Act 2 in order for it to go to the president for signing. Now, what are some of the Republicans' concerns about a CARES Act 2? Well, one of their biggest concerns is, as we start trying to reopen the country, they do not want to have first responders and business owners at a situation where they could be liable for people getting the new virus that's out there. They don't want these first responders or these business owners to be sued. And I get that. Because let's face it, guys, we live in a litigious society here in the United States. And they're concerned that you got all these lawyers who will be lining up to start these class action suits as more states start to reopen for business. You got to remember, guys, we still do not have a treatment, nor do we have a cure for this virus. So if people start going out again and, mingling with one another, and people start contracting this virus, will there be lawsuits? Will there be class action suits against local businesses, big businesses, small businesses, first responders? And that's what the Republicans, according to Mitch McConnell, in an interview he did a day or so ago, that's one of the big concerns. So I think if you can put some language in CARES Act 2 that protects first responders, small businesses, large businesses, states from being sued over people perhaps getting this virus, because you got to face it, guys. There will be people, because we don't have a treatment plan, nor do we have a cure. So I think that's where we are at with the CARES Act. I think it's important that, you know, we also understand that you have to fund this CARES Act to some kind of way. And the way we're funding stuff right now is we're creating more debt as opposed to printing money. We are creating more debt. We already have a $24 trillion debt problem in our country. Now, who pays for this new CARES Act? Who pays for CARES Act 1, all this new debt that we're creating? Well, we don't pay for it. Our kids will pay for it, and their kids will pay for it. Okay, what if we print more money? Well, we can do that, but guess what happens if we print more money? We create and increase inflation. So either way, if we take on more debt or if we create more money, it's going to be probably a negative outcome either way. But at the end of the day, guys, we have to take care of our country. We have to take care of the people in this country. We cannot allow this pandemic to cripple us to the point where people can't feed themselves, or people can't provide shelter for themselves, or people can't pay for insurance and things of that nature. We got to do something. So whether we create more debt or whether we print money, we'll have to do something. And then we will have to figure it out as a country how we get out of this mess once we get past the pandemic. Well, all right, guys, that's my update today. Wanted to talk a little bit about the CARES Act too, and what are some of the pros and cons. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, and smash that like button. It helps the channel and it helps me too. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.